He said he wants to keep going because I'm the asshole. I beg to differ, Holmes. I beg to differ. We haven't been in a position of power since World War II. And the asshole is the asshole that has the power to be a commie and come in here and wipe people's face. You know? That's power, Holmes. I would have never imagined it in Europe, Western Europe to be precise. You know, a commie standing up to white people in Western Europe. It takes a lot of balls. A lot of balls, but I mean, like I said, a lot of things change, you know. Maybe that's what's going on here, you know. Things change. Things are not as serious as they were during the Cold War. During the Cold War, this would have been a no contest. You know? An upfront commie. I mean, granted, they're not out in the open. They're not out in the open right now, but obviously they can't be. Obviously, it's not so high and mighty to be out in the open about it. But you know, and nonetheless, it's you know, even though this is in the '60s and the height of the Cold War, you know, to be a commie in Western Europe, to be in white people's face with this bullshit, you know, it takes a lot of balls. Still, you know, even if it's not the '60s or the '70s or the '80s or whatever, still, it's impressive. It's impressive. I was gonna go grab something else to eat, but it's too cold. I'm not staying up. Fuck it. It's way too cold. Oh, fuck. Like I said, a lot of things have changed since the Cold War. I mean, you can tell, especially in America. I mean, you know, it's not as serious as they, you know, they're not as serious about it as they were back then. You know, back then, you know, it was all the rage, commies, bombing, nuclear war. Not these days, not anymore. Not anymore. Oh my shit, it's cold. Yeah, it's too cold. My hands are frozen. There's fucking soap in that washer. It's unbelievable. Go back for some vegan shit, but it's not worth it. It's not worth it right now. Microsoft store a little bit.
On the phone.
And like I said, it's a slippery slope. Like I said, the more transgender the society becomes, the less likely they are to be serious about communism. It's not. You can see it. It's a bunch of clown ass motherfuckers pretending to be white. It's a bunch of clown ass motherfuckers pretending to fight communism. It's a bunch of clown ass motherfuckers pretending to, be environmentalists. It's a bunch of clown ass motherfuckers pretending to be feminists. On and on and on. On and on and on. It goes on and on and on. Pretending is a slippery slope because, like I said, in the end, nobody cares, and it ends up with nobody caring about communism or the fact that they're becoming Asian or African or whatever, and you can see it. You can see it. A bunch of cartoon characters. They look like fucking cartoon characters in those GIFs. That's what they look like. Tom and Jerry cartoon characters. That's awfully fucking slow. I found missing service calls for the S22. 3 apps were missing from the service calls. I had to put them back in. Let's not forget my favorite. A bunch of clown-ass motherfuckers pretending to be victims. That's my favorite. That's my favorite. That's never seems to stop. Never ceases. It's always running. The victimhood status that they award to themselves. It's amazing. It's amazing to see it. The never-ending nagging and bickering. The never-ending nagging and bickering. It's quite amazing. It's cold. Never-ending nagging and bickering, guys. It never stops with these assholes. Well, this drink is okay. This C4 stuff, man. They got the explosive, good stuff in there. Yeah, like I said, I was gonna go back, but it's too cold. I don't feel like being out here. It's too fucking cold for me. So fucking cold. It's too fucking cold for them to go back. I don't feel like being out there. I was ready to sleep. You can sleep off the hunger, Most that shit would have been poison anyway. Cold. I'm missing a rag. It might be in the box. Is that in here? I don't think it is. It might be. Yeah, it is in here. video reaction yesterday getting out, which is not very good. It's the second fucking time or third time I'm done making my own fucking video. And the video getting out is very important. I erased it by accident. I thought I processed it, but I didn't. It's fucking cold. My feet are frozen. I put my socks on. They're very thin. It's time to get up. Oh, fuck. It's not that cool. It says it's 3 degrees. Better than 2 or 1. 3 degrees is, bearable. As long as it's not fucking 0. Like yesterday. 1 degree. Now we need to make an insole. I'm gonna go down there to see if they got anything. Sometimes they come around in the morning with something. I don't think they do, but I want to make sure. Somebody came over here farting or something last night. One of these fucking loons. One of these fucking degenerate loons. I mean, they were farting in a fucking queue as well. Oh, fucking. Yeah, I couldn't sleep because my feet are frozen. I could not get them to warm up at all. There's a big fucking gap over there, so at my feet, so I propped up the box to prevent it from collapsing. And all the cold air comes in. Yeah, we don't have the video from yesterday, which It's not very bueno. The video getting up, so I wasted my mistake. It is fucking cold. It's 30 degrees, but it's better than 2. Better than 1. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, it looks good. Passing. Poison. I feel pretty good right now. I don't feel like being poisoned. I got no burp, no stomach ache, no mouth COVID, so we're good. I don't feel like being poisoned right now. The sun is out today, which is nice. It's going to warm it up for us a little bit. Yeah, it's warming the sunshine. Yeah, these Star Trek people disappeared from the list. With the exception of Patrick Stewart. Shatner disappeared, and then there's another one. William Shatner disappeared, and then there's another fellow that disappeared as well. So I had to put that back in. I mean, I'm missing a lot of matches. I gotta look back at the list to see if I can pull them up. See if they're still in there, but I doubt it. I mean, I've been keeping a backup of the list on Google Drive. There's the list is on Tumblr, but it's a possibility to disappear from everywhere. I do keep many backups, you know. It's in the GIF releases as well. The Tumblr list. The Tumblr list is in all the GIF releases. That's on Google Drive. So, I mean, I do have backups, but even the backups, even the information in the backups is sometimes, you know, they edit the information even in the backups. I gotta look back and see. I mean, I put in the. It's not that hard. I mean, I was gonna look back at them anyway. I was gonna look back at them anyway eventually. Yeah, it's not that cool actually. It's okay right now. Much better than yesterday. I also found the service calls modified a bit. The numbers were not what they were, you know, what I put them in there to be. So I had to go through some of the service calls and modify them again to keep the phone from restarting. Like I said, you don't want the phone to restart. You want to run as many service calls as possible without the phone restarting. So I found the. I was looking on the A52 and it appears they changed the numbers slightly, so I gotta look at I mean, it's not that hard to put them back in. It's not painful. It's not making my head hurt. It's not burning out my eyes. It's making my hips hurt and it's keeping me awake. That's the issue in there. It's making my hips hurt. I'm sleeping on my sides, and it's keeping me awake. I can really fall asleep. So that's. It's fucking freezing in this corner. I'm gonna see if they have anything down there, and I need to wash. My nose is running pretty bad. Less cold than yesterday. That was surprising. Usually Saturday is pretty bad with the cold. Saturday it's pretty shitty with the COVID. Yeah, this time it was okay. Don't have that much of it in my mouth. It feels almost normal. It's nice and sunny, feels nice and warm. Down here, check it out to see if they have anything on sometime Sunday. I mean, I need to go down there Sunday more often because Sunday sometimes they bring stuff in the morning. They bring stuff in the morning and it's good stuff, you know. Well, last time it was poison as well, but it's cold in the morning and it gets warmer. It's cold in the shadows. Oh, that's good. Face is frozen now. Another oyster card. That's awesome. I wanted two of them. Two is better than one. We got him. That's great news, guys. Great news as always. Super. Yeah, it's fucking cold in the shadows, man. It's nice and warm in the sun, and the shadows very cold. Oh, shit. Wait for it to warm up a little bit. It's cold in here. Fucking wind. Fucking wind, goddamn. That's fucking cold, man. Oh, my feet are warm now. A little bit of friction really helps. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna brush my hair. I'm gonna wash my hair. Got some kind of football stuff going on here. Yeah. There's that van. He's down on the ground. Somebody tossed some shit behind the van. Oh, some construction stuff. See, is there anybody down there? Sometimes there is on some, but I gotta check it out more often since it's not cold anymore. And going forward. There's nobody down there or anything. Oh my fuck. Yeah, there's nobody down there. Oh, I gotta clean my hair. Like I said, this framing gig kind of applied is, like I said, it seems to be applying only one way. I mean, granted, you know, it's I guess you have gains and losses on both sides, but you know, it's fucking cold. Check it out. Fuck, it's cold. Yeah, it's cold on the sides.
And Sevenoaks. This train has 10 coaches. Backward 2 on the 10-10 Southeastern service to Sevenoaks via Grove Park. Please note, some of the legs and London Bridge are currently on service.
grease out of my hair. So I have no idea how the fuck it gets in there. I did some service calls. Transfers on phones. I'll go back in charge.
And they went from the
Somebody over there. There's some homeless folks over here. Some homeless folks are gathering over here. It's very, very cold. Oh yeah, they do have something for us. Excelente! I knew it. I fucking knew it. You know, sometimes they fucking do some good stuff, man. These poor immigrants are more reliable than white British, I swear to God. I knew they would have something good for us today.
The bit on the top is for them. They put it on the frame first. It was a something on the deal or the deal or something. I don't know. And then I went round and I got bored with that shit. So I went round again and said, yeah, I think it's one key. You start there and obviously if you don't want something to go down the street and
Holy shit, that's a lot of trash bags.
No, there is a big canister or something. It might be something there, so yeah, I'll see it. But you need jacket? Oh, you had it? Sometimes they give you, some places they give you new stuff. So. Oh, that one there. What will be here as well? Yeah, 5:30, 5:30. That is all the GVs on this slide. Not many people want it every day. Charity that comes in, it's 7 o'clock. A big one. 9 o'clock is sticking up. You know, much for the whole day over here, no, yeah, that. But the public charity is good. So how come I use them? It's not the way. The other day, one day, the public charity gave some men spoke, and they were labeled. It was, we went if you buy some, yeah, it was kind of Hyde Park or something like that. Sometimes you get so what reaches up to farmers in Punjab. It's a big, nasty organization. It's organised and it's shit. People go on and say, shit, passionate, it's a joke, you know, it's a joke. But this is not open yet, their kitchen is, there's not a kitchen as well. They've got a kitchen, it's not open yet because it is closed by the I'm not surprised. Closed by the coast by the council. They had pitches.
They have pitches on there.
Where?
I have no idea. But when I was standing in the queue, somebody said the kitchen is closed and they still haven't found another place.
Okay.
So they're doing it in some place within the
Yeah, when the councils have enough of them, you find another location. Okay, so they have pitches.
They have kitchens on there. It's closed. Right now it's closed. What do they think?
We took time to cook it, you know. The windows stop quality, that's right. So it's the homeless. That is right, the homeless. So free the first one, don't they? But they disagree. They say freedom for everybody, love for freedom for everybody. And they're racing their pockets, the fucking money, and they come to stand or some other locations. For the freedom. For the freedom. Freedom and be nice to everybody. You think the world is made on man? Take this after you do street window, you go to the temple there above. They've got a hostel there above the restaurant. Oh really? Yeah. They've got a whole community. The ones you see.
Yeah. Oh, they stay there, isn't it?
Yeah, they stay. You've got the classrooms and there's the brainless and shit all day all night, and they all live. Bathrooms, they all live above. When you look above the windows, that 3 or 4 floors, that's all the competition with all, or the London one. There might be another having Christian somewhere else who lives in London, but this ain't. No, it's exploitative, so I don't like this. You get the money and support from whoever supports it, and you say, oh, we have peace and equality.
But yes.
This is their doctrine, isn't it? More or less. You know, freedom, don't kill anything.
Any animal. No.
No. But if they kill you, by exploiting you, yeah, the queue goes round and round. Yeah. I thought there was going to be 2. One this side, and this.
I've done the whole thing for you. I've got to build a place. I've been there 5 years.
Okay, for my food.
I know, man. Little Peter over there. It's like you're going raving afterwards. Yeah, mate. Run. Next Sunday, go for it, man. Yeah, man. Just like that.
Got one?
I got one, but I'll take one of yours.
Okay.
It's alright, I just need the fork. Just the fork, yeah, it's good. Just the fork is good.
I'll put it in there for you.
Alright.
Good morning. What cheese? Right, this is cheese. Cheese.
No.
And what else is it?
No.
What do you want?
No, I don't want anything besides that.
Right,
What's in there?
this is
Steak.
chicken curry. Not the pasta one. Would you like a sandwich as well? Yes. I'll definitely bring one on.
That's the chicken.
Pasta and chicken.
Yes.
Please. There you go. Do you need pork?
Yes, thanks. Can I get the orange one?
I am broke. I'm broke.
Can I get more than one egg?
It's 21. This is one more, yeah?
Yeah, very nice, very nice.
Yeah, look, people say hi.
Hi, honey. You okay? Thanks. Morning. Yeah. That's my favourite. I am fruit yogurt.
I'll have some of those apricot ones. Thanks.
Raisins?
No. Thanks. Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, well, some hot drinks.
You want a hot drink?
White coffee, 3 sugars.
Bag left in, or do you want to take yeah? There you go. All right, hello. What's your one? Yeah. Wait till everyone's gone around, and then if there's any left, right. See? There you go.
Thanks.
Which one? Side. No, it's not.
You gonna fix it?
Yeah, it's just too fucking cold when it's winds. Fucking wind.
Brother, help yourself, please, my friend. Brother, help yourself,
Fucking wind.
We've got plenty. One more samosas, all right?
famous YouTuber, Mr. Beast, has shown up to bless us with his presence. Oh, let's give this to the birds. It's very, very hot. Mr. Beast is here. He's going to cure us of blindness. Oh, my fucking hands are frozen. They're fucking so good. Unbelievable. Well, the eggs are good. Oh shit. God damn this man. Oh shit. God damn it, it's fucking cold.
Right, is that your one? Right.
Oh, white coffee, 3 sugars, please.
Leave the bag in for you. There you go, sweetheart.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. Good.
It's a good idea. We need someone like that in the group.
This wind is not stopping, man. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Blowing over the tent.
Zan!
Like some food, my darling.
More pasta, one chicken sandwich. I got a bag already, huh?
Right, okay. So you'd like, this is pasta?
Pasta,
Yeah.
one
And
chicken.
would you like a chicken?
It's okay, yeah. It's okay.
Maybe give it to a friend.
Yeah. All right, there we go. All right, can I have this time one of the blue ones? Very nice, thanks.
Right, take it. That's not one yours, was it? Someone else?
I'll take it. Yeah. They don't need it. They don't need it right now.
And he got beef.
Oh. It's cold. Oh man, there's lots of food over there. Not bad. They did a great job today. And my hands are completely frozen from that fucking soap. Plenty of food to eat. I gotta wipe my ass. I need some sugar for my soda. Completely froze. Range Rover supercharged. I'm gonna go run my butt.
You're not going to lunch.
So something, they're saying something about this screw having been undefeated all this time. Well, no wonder, no wonder. If you're down to 2 white males in all the white countries in the world, it's no wonder. Yeah. Obviously there's a lack of effort. There's a lack of there might be a lack of willpower. There might be a lack of testicular fortitude. But if you're telling me that this crew has never been defeated, that's quite that is it's no wonder. I mean, that's why you're down to 2. If you're down to 2 white males, which is me and my brother, you got a serious problem, yeah. If you're down to 2 white males, you got serious problems. I gotta wipe my ass.
The next train departs at the 6 will be the 12:16 South Eastern to the station via Sunrise Road. Also, all trains, Sunbridge, Aldridge, Bedford, Hillsborough, Tunbridge, Highwood, Huntsville, and Watford, Stonehenge, Essex, Salisbury, Harrow,
No, I have you.
we're going to come back later because it's too busy. So what I noticed with the screw is that they can actually just get rid of these castrated males, and then just have women having sex with women. But like I said, I think, and I am not sure that these women, a lot of these women, the majority of them are probably sterile. It's just like a mule, a cross between a horse and a donkey. You get something more like a mule, because it's. I mean, you could say that maybe they produce X DNA, maybe they have, but because they don't have Y DNA, you can't produce sperm, right? There's no, Y DNA allows you to produce sex hormones, X and Y. Now, if you don't have Y DNA, which is DNA instructions to produce sex chromosome X and Y, and you don't have Y DNA in your body, right? You're a woman. It means you don't have a way to produce actual sperm, right? So, you could say, well, you could make an all-woman society. Well, yes and no, because you still need a sperm donor. It's the way it is. You say, from what I understand, you cannot produce sperm if you don't have Y DNA. Yeah, that's what makes you a man. You have Y DNA. The Y DNA allows you to produce sperm, right? You get X and Y from a male. But if you're a woman without the Y DNA and you are transgender, a woman with a penis, you cannot produce sperm because you don't have Y DNA. Yeah, your eggs become your nutsack. Yeah, your eggs become your nutsack. You're not going to get sperm out of that. Yeah, you might get testosterone. You might get it's usually low testosterone, for obvious reasons, obviously, but there's no fucking way that you can tell me that you can get sperm out of a woman, a transgender woman with balls and testicles, if they don't have Y DNA. Y DNA is what gives you the instructions to make sperm as a human being, right? You produce DNA, X and Y, because you're a male, right? X and Y because you're a male, because that's what that's the instructions. That's the DNA instructions you have within your body. X and Y, sperm, X and Y. But if you're a woman and you are transgender, there's no fucking way, if you don't have a Y DNA, to produce fertile sperm, right? You might have... there's no way, if you don't have Y DNA, there's no instruction set. There's no instruction set in your body that says, produce sperm. Now, you don't make sperm, you're sterile. You might make semen. You might have semen, but there's no fucking way that... So what is going on here? What is the purpose of this? Like I said before, if you have a transgender woman with a penis, you have X DNA from the father's mother and X DNA from the mother combined together, right? So you do have a sperm donor in there somewhere. Who is it? That's the question. The male is absent because the male is castrated, and then you have a mother that has always been transgender. So who are the sperm donors for these people? Right? So what is the purpose of this? Like I said before, because you have a transgender woman with a penis, right? You have X DNA from your father's mother, which is previous generation. Like I said, I don't have that because I'm a dude. I'm an actual male, and my mother was not related to my father's mother. Yeah, my mother was not related to my father's mother. My father's mother would have transferred DNA to me if I was a woman, meaning that the sperm was X chromosome from my father, and it came from his mother. So I would have had, in that scenario, I would have had half the X DNA from my father's mother and the other half from my actual mother, right? So the reason why they do this is because this carries over in a transgender woman with a penis. This X DNA carries over, and over and over and over again. It's the reason why they look the same. And it's the reason why the dudes in my gifts all look the same, right? Because the X DNA from the previous generation always carries over, meaning there's no break in the mother line, right? There's no break in the female line. So they end up being all Jews. Now, whether they like it or not, whether they know it or not, because they do this, and this hominid carries over from the previous generation every time, they all end up looking the same, and they always have the same ancestor. Understand? See, that's that's what I think they do this. They do this because the X DNA always carries over from this hominid. Yeah, whether they know it or not, I don't know. Whether they want this or not, I mean, I don't think most people have been told. It's not like they tell you. They tell you this information. But you see, because this X DNA from the previous generation in the transgender woman carries over, it's the reason why they all look the same. Yeah, it's the reason why the ancestor is always the same. Understand? So that's the reason why the dudes in the gifts all look the same. It's the X DNA from the previous generation that carries over because it's a transgender woman, and they end up looking the same, with the same ancestor over and over. Understand? So, like I said, if you like me, in my scenario, I'm a dude, meaning I don't have my father's X DNA. I don't have X DNA from my father at all. I only have Y DNA. I have Y DNA only from my father, and luckily, because of biology and rules, because we have biology and rules, it means that the X DNA was clean. I mean, the Y DNA that I have from my father is clean, because that's the way the male, the male sex chromosome works. It's clean for second, third generation until mixture takes over. See, I don't have, if I would have been a woman, I would have had X DNA from my father, which is not good. It's not good for white people, to have white people. So, that's the reason why they seem to be so vested in transgenderism, is because that X DNA carries over every time, and they have the same ancestor every time, and they look the same every time, which is an easier way to have communism. Yeah, just like in Asia, where everybody looks the same. Africa, to some extent, they all look the same. Yeah, it's an easier way. Transgenderism is an easier way to have communism because they end up looking the same and they have the same ancestor. So, like I said, it's that's if you have like me, like I said, if you have males, there's a break in my father's female line because there were no girls, right? No females from my father. See, there's a break in the female line in that scenario because that X DNA didn't carry over, which is a good thing, right? However, that might, I don't know about my brother. It's, I don't know what the deal is with my brother. This hominid crew has an interest in him. However, like I said, because it's clean enough. Yeah, I don't know if it's, I don't know about my brother, if it's XDNA from my mother or if it's XDNA from my father's line. I'm not sure what happened there. However, this hominid crew has taken an interest in him in particular. It could be because he's partially dead. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't clean it up. It doesn't mean that you can clean it up in a single generation in his case, because he's cleaner than anybody in Hollywood by some margin. By some margin, he's cleaner than anybody that I've seen in Hollywood so far. So it's, I don't know about him. Does my brother have XDNA from my actual mother, or is it something that they got from my father's side? I don't know. I don't know. It seems to still be, my mother. But this crew has taken an interest in him, which is very peculiar because usually they discard white males. Yeah, they discard white males. They get rid of them as much as they can. But they seem to have taken an interest in him in particular, meaning that they keep him around and they pay him and they give him jobs, and they gave him my mother's house and they gave him this and that. So this hominid crew has taken an interest in him, but the question is why? Yeah, they usually throw away white males as much as they can, especially in America. Yeah, they usually throw away white males as much as they can, especially in America. So why the interest in my brother? Is it because he's partially them? Yeah? Is it because he's partially them? I don't know. Is it because that particular egg is of a lower quality? The egg that got fertilized at that time, from my mother was of a lower quality. You do have different quality eggs. They're not, they're not all equal. They're not all equal. They don't exactly have 100%. They don't. They're probably not 100% equal in quality. or DNA mixture. Right? So what's the deal with that? Because like I said, usually they discard white males, as far as I can see. Anywhere and everywhere. As far as I've seen in this network of hominids, they throw away white males as much as they can. Yeah, they discard white males as much as they can. Abortion in America, 70 million. Between the Five Eyes, I think it's been 70 million between the 1940s up to present, or something like that. 70 million abortions, which is a lot. It's crazy, right? So why the interest in my brother? What's the deal? Usually they throw away white males. Anywhere and everywhere I've been, I haven't seen one. Now, what's the deal with my brother? What's the interest about? See, because they more or less let him, they more or less kind of let him be over there. They gave him money, jobs, let him keep the car. The cars are running okay, so far as I can see. He kept the house, got the house for my mother after she died. What's the deal there? Why the interest in him? What's the deal with the interest in him? Because like I said, they usually, 100% of the time, without exception, they discard and throw away white males as much as they can. So what's the deal with my brother? Why the interest? See, I don't know. I don't know. Let's go ahead and charge a little bit. Cold, man. Fucking man, it's frozen. Wow, my feet really fucking hurt in the socks. That's amazing. Yeah, fucking socks, huh? Oh shit, broke my fucking ankle. Oh. We got a couple of hours until 4. Wow, I sit over there on my right leg. I'm putting all the weight on my right leg, foot. Really fuck like that. Fucking sucks, man. Oh, shit. Shit is cold. Something going on at this Vogue store. A lot of activity in there. Yeah, my hands are freezing because of that fucking soap. just too cold, man. It's too cold out. I want to go to bed, but we gotta wait for food over here. I will go to bed right now. Fuck this shit. Cold. I'll have to go across the bridge just to use the washroom again. Yeah, like I said, this creative liar, something keeps coming up about me being drunk somewhere. Like I said, obviously being homeless without benefits and beer being only 5% alcohol, 20, 15, 10, whatever. It's kind of impossible to get drunk. But in the last couple of years, but especially since I got to London, something has been coming up about someone being drunk. Someone is drunk, they are bothered by it. Like I said, it's one thing after another. If it's not Russian shit, it's Chinese shit. If it's not Russian or Chinese shit, something is drunk. If it's not drunk, it's, you know, whatever, and it goes on and on and on. So I'm not sure. I'm not even sure what the hell they're talking about.
I know exactly what I mean.
Who was bothered by someone being drunk, but like I said, that's what's coming up lately. Lately, that's what's coming up. So who knows? Like I said, it's always one of these castrated boys. If it's something drunk, probably involves one of these boys. You know, if they're talking about someone being drunk, it's probably going to involve one of these boys. So again, I'm not entirely sure. Don't know. Don't know, I'm not sure. My hands are frozen. God damn that fucking soap, man. I'm gonna have to go all the way across the bridge again. So, yeah, who knows? I don't know. Why does that have anything to do with the bag? That's the question. The question is, what would being drunk have anything to do with that bag? You know, I don't know. I don't know. Fuck, it's cold.
Não é para crianças.
Bueno, nunca.
Oh, shit. This fucking box, construction box, is in the way. It's charging over here, but it's okay. I mean, I don't mind going over there. That's Stone's backpack, popular demand.
काट दीजिए काट दिया
Like I said, they need a valid explanation as to why they have the bag, and their valid explanation is that they have the bag because the white guy did something wrong. Which, like I said, is not at all how reality works. You stole the bag because you want to prove that I did something wrong? So you see, they need a valid reason as to why they have the bag, and the only thing that they can come up with is another false flag in the 9/11. So, oh, he was drunk and he forgot the bag. Oh, well, you know, he was fighting someone and he lost the bag. So they need to come up with a reason as to why they scored the bag. And one of those reasons cannot be that they're trying to usurp power from actual white people. One of those reasons cannot be that they're trying to usurp power from white people that should be in power. Understand? So they need to come up with a reason as to why they scored the bag. They scored the bag because he was drunk, he was fighting someone, I don't know, something happened. So you see, one of the reasons why they scored the bag cannot be that they're trying to usurp power from a white guy that should be in power, which is what they're doing, right? That's what they're doing with the bag. They're usurping my agency as a potential head of state, as a monarch, as whatever, right? That's what they're doing with the bag, right? But that cannot be the reason. It has to be another reason. So the other reasons, like I said, it has to be a reason why they scored the bag. What could be the reason? Oh, he did something wrong. He was shooting dogs. He was doing something with dogs. You see a lot of these clown-ass motherfuckers holding dogs in Alameda pictures. There's like 3 of them. I found 3 of them that are holding dogs, and it's supposed to mean something. Like John Lovitz. There's another guy on Wall Street, another dickhead, holding a dog. Yeah, something about killing dogs. I don't fucking know. So they need to come up with a reason as to why they scored the bag. Now that reason cannot be that they're trying to usurp my agency, my power as a head of state or a monarch, etc., etc. Understand? So they need to come up with a reason as to why they scored the bag, which is, obviously, it has to be something that they invent, like all the other false flags that these inventive commies do around the world. Yeah, so it has to be something besides the actual reason that they're trying to fuck me over, right? It cannot be that they're trying to fuck the white guy over. It has to be some other reason that they want to invent something with the fucking hotels or the bars or something. It's always something with the bars and the hotels and the drinking and the partying, yada, 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 on and on and on, right? But it cannot be the reason why they scored the bag is because they're trying to fuck me over, which is what a commie always does. What a surprise. Shoulders. So what you see, in, like I said, it's, I think it's impossible not to simply empty Europe with white people. But what I think is going on is that they're moving people around. And they're moving people around because they know that a white target, they know that a white target will end up in one of these, multi-culti cities with one of the, the only companions being their employees. And I think they're just moving people around to the point where you cannot find actual white people. I'm guessing. I don't know, I'm guessing. I think they did this, especially in Germany. You can see it. There's a big difference between East and West Germany, where West Germany took all the migrants they could, and East Germany didn't take any. And most of the refugee centers are in West Germany. So what I think that this asshole is doing is that he's moving people around, including white people, to the point where you can't find them. Understand? That way, any target they have, which will obviously be a white male, because that's all they talk about. That's all they're concerned. That's all they're concerned about. If they have a white target, they'll end up in one of these fucking cities with their multi-culti army for companionship. Understand? It's the reason why they moved us to America. They moved us to America because they already had a multi-culti army, which was black people. Black people, who are all them, by the way. All black people in America are related to them. And the reason why they took us out of Romania is to introduce us to some multi-culti place like Atlanta, Georgia, where the only other people that we had for companionship would be them, as black people. So, it's impossible. I think it's impossible, despite their best efforts, to completely cleanse Europe of white people. It's always had white people. They got to be somewhere. So, what I think they're doing is that they're shifting these populations around. They're doing this in Japan as well. And they're filling these cities with these transgender folks, immigrants, and all the rest, the assorted varieties of the diversity league. Wow, it's fucking crazy. And to the point where if you are a targeted white male, you end up in one of these cities where you don't find any white people. That's the reason why they took us to America. It's easier to target if you have blacks or immigrants or Asians or Mexicans or whatever they bring us. Understand? So I think that that is what is happening. That is what happened in Europe, Germany especially. You can see it. You can see the difference between West and East Germany. West Germany has all the migrant centers set up in West Germany. So I think they're moving. They're just moving these populations around to the point where you cannot find them. God damn, this fucking wind is biting. End of February, man. It's fucking December, January.
I'm not fucking
Keep in mind, they're not nearly as powerful as they look. You know, they made it a point to remind me in 2016 at the refugee center in Canada that you're dealing with an all-powerful group. Yeah, but yet they have to hide their activities. And they still have to hide their activities and what they're doing. Which is exactly like I said before, what a spy does. You know, they hide their activities. What are you doing with Solzhenitsyn? What did you do with Stalin? What did you do with, what are you doing with these people that all look the same? Yeah, nobody knows about it because it hasn't been in the media yet. Yeah, they work in secret. Now, like I said, to maintain this power, they have to be secretive. Make sure that nobody sees those GIF images. Make sure that they don't end up on the news. Make sure that nobody knows that they're making everybody Asian and black. Understand? Because, believe me when I tell you, if this breaks the news in Europe, their ass is through. Yeah, it's, in America it might fly. In America, they love democracy. They love anybody can be American. But if this was across the news station in Europe, all the news stations in Europe, their ass would be through within the hour. Understand? But like I said, it is a powerful group of commie fucking hominids. Yeah, sure. But they still have to work in secret. They have to hide their activities. They hide, they can't really come out in the open with it. They want to, I'm sure they do. They would love to come out in the open, not have to hide anymore. Yeah, but like I said, sure, they're powerful. Sure, they're well-funded. Sure, they are. It's a very well-oiled machine. Yeah, Marxism and communism is a very well-oiled machine. Yeah, but they have to work in secret. They have to maintain secrecy. Because like I said, if those GIF images end up on the news, understand, if those GIF images end up on the news in Europe, their ass is through. Understand? They have to work in secret. They have to maintain secrecy to some extent. The secrecy, it's it's out in the open, right? If it's out in the open, that's the secret. The secret is out in the open, but most people cannot see it. Most people, granted, I haven't seen anybody that isn't them. The secret is out in the open, but most people can't see it. If they see it, I don't think they will last very long. Understand? And that's why they have to maintain secrecy. They have to maintain a certain level of covert activity, meaning that not a lot of people can find out what they're doing. Now, because if too many people find out, obviously they wouldn't go along with it. I mean, obviously, it might work in America, it might work in Asia, it might work in hell, it might work in Russia because nobody gives a shit over there. I mean, they are already non-white. Yeah, it works in other places because nobody can give a shit even if they want to. Yeah, but over here in Europe, it's slightly different in that if everybody finds out, I think it would be quickly over. If those GIF images end up on the news, and if everybody sees what they're doing, especially with these fictional, and believe me, despite their resistance to admit it, some of them are definitely fictional. If that shit ends up on the news, it's over. Understand? And they have to maintain this secrecy. That's the weakness. That's the weakness in all of this. That's the only weakness that they have, is that once the secret is out, it's out, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. And so they have to maintain the secrecy. That's the weakness that they have in all of this, meaning that nobody can find out. At least not a lot of people can find out about it. And so, that's why you see I'm the only one telling people to run those service calls. You haven't seen anything like that online, have you? I'm the only one that tells them, you need to run these service calls because it looks like they're doing something with these phones. You haven't heard about that from anybody else. That's fucking freezing. Fucking wind. And that's the reason why you have transgenderism. It weakens a response. It weakens a military response as well. It's the reason why you saw such an effort to destroy Europe twice. America attacked Europe 3 times. Yeah, you saw such a big effort undertaken by the Allies and the Five Eyes within the last 200 years to attack Europe. Yeah, because they know that should the secret be out, they need to weaken Europe internally with transgenderism, feminism, and all the other fucking commie-isms that they have, that they've been promoting. So they need to weaken it from within as much as possible. Yeah, transgender, gay, fucking diversity shit, more commie shit, feminism, environmentalism, and all the rest of it. That's the reason why. Because they know that if there's a big military response to it, it's over. Let's go and clean the shit up in that here. While you're waiting?
Yes. I want to be waiting.
Okay, that's full of shit. Yeah, I started singing right away, huh? Yeah, this soap is a little better. It smells like diaper powder or something, but it's a little better on the hands. My hands don't fucking freeze as soon as I walk out of there. Some ice cream on here for us. Gotta agree with that knock, man. Hell of a knock. So, like I said before, why is it they need so much evidence? Why do you think I have to make so many, produce so much evidence against this, enemy that's been around for a while? I mean, it looks like communism. I mean, they match Asian folks, they match African folks, they match Amerindian folks, they match everything on the planet, really. I mean, why do you think you need so much evidence against an enemy that's well known? Why do you think that is? It's quite odd, isn't it, to require so much evidence against an enemy that has been known to Europe and America and Russia and Ukraine and South America and Africa and etc. all over the fucking world. I mean, what can it be? Why do you think you need so much proof against a well-known enemy? You know, it's a good question, right? I mean, when exactly is enough proof enough, right? What's the reason why so much evidence is required? Because the reason why you need so much evidence and why those gifts are so numerous and why I make so many is because it's a well-connected individual with other people that are related, which is why those gifts are matching. That's why you require so much evidence. Why do you think that is? I mean, what else could it be? Why do you think a problem like this requires so much evidence to solve? So much proof to solve something, and so much evidence against an enemy that is actually very well known. Yeah, to Europe, to white people in general. Why do you think they require so much evidence? Because it is what it is. Yeah, well-connected individuals that are related, and therein lies the power. How else do you think you acquire this much power to be able to withstand so much evidence? Well-connected people who are fucking related. Do you think that anybody anywhere would give a shit about this individual if he wasn't well-connected? Of course not. You gotta be well-connected. You gotta be well-connected with people who are related to you to be able to withstand this much evidence. Yeah? I mean, how else do you think you can survive this? You know, how else do you think you're gonna be able to withstand so much evidence? Unless you are related to the people in those gifts. And of course they are. That is where the power comes from. How else do you think you get so much power? People who are related, that nobody knows that they are related. Right? I mean, what else is there? Right? But like I said, this guy is always always pretending not to be, pretending to be above reproach, pretending to play stupid. They play stupid as much as they can in this situation. See, that's where the power comes from. People who are related, and nobody knows that they're related. How else do you think you acquire so much power to be able to withstand so much evidence? People who are related, and nobody knows that they're related. Yeah, it's a network of people who are related, and nobody knows that they're related. That's why they can withstand so much evidence against them. Right? Who the fuck would give a fuck about this motherfucker if nobody would have known him? Think about it like this. If nobody would have known this asshole, how long do you think he would be able to withstand this evidence? How long do you think he would last against so much evidence? Not very long. Right? If nobody knows him and he's not related to the people in those gifts, how long do you think he would last? Not very long, right? No one will give a shit about him, right? Yeah, it's a bunch of people that are related, and that's where the power comes from. People in high places, millionaires, billionaires, etc., etc. Usually everybody in there, almost everybody on their list has a six-figure income. And all of them are related. What else is there? Like I said, play stupid, pretend they're not related for now. Even though we know they are. All right, so. This motherfucker's in here making a commodity out of phone hacking. Motherfucker, who are you, Agent Smith? To make a commodity? This guy is in here policing the world because he's doing some phone hacking. Who the fuck is this guy supposed to be? Agent Smith from the fucking Matrix? Fuck you, nigga. White fucking asshole. White albino fucking asshole. This guy's in here literally making a commodity out of phone hacking. Because he's who? Fucking Agent Smith? It's like this white asshole, white albino fucking asshole is in here pretending to police the world. You're a commie fucking rat, motherfucker. Who the fuck do you think you are? A commie fucking rat, a common household fucking rat. In my house. It's amazing to see how long he lasted. It's something to wonder, something to wonder about. To see how long this lasted. 8 years. 8 years is a lot. It's more than enough to pull out your own fucking hair over it. Get in the car or what? see, it is the state of affairs in here. Obviously, quite a lot has been afforded to this group, or should I say, this individual, this marvelous individual that has been able to withstand so much evidence. Yeah, quite a lot has been afforded to this fellow, more than any white people ever got. Yeah, I mean, imagine where, like I said before, imagine where white people would be. Imagine where white people would be if they would have been, if they would have been afforded nearly as much. Yeah, it's amazing. It is amazing. Imagine where white people would be if they would have been afforded nearly as much. Yeah. Imagine where white people would be if they would have been afforded nearly as much. Yeah, imagine that. Imagine not having to carry this parasite on your back for the last 2,000 years. Now, imagine if you would have been white and you wouldn't have had to carry this weight from this parasite on your back just because you're white. Imagine that. Imagine where you would be today if you were white 2,000 years ago. Imagine where you would be today as a race if you wouldn't carry this asshole motherfucker on your back. Day in and day out, year after year, decade after decade, and century after century, this parasitical motherfucker is always on your case. He's in here pretending to police the world against communism. He's in here pretending to police the world against evil Nazis. On and on and on. On and on and on. What an insufferable motherfucker. Now, if there was ever one that existed that is nearly as insufferable as this motherfucker is, now show me one. Show me one asshole on this planet that's nearly as insufferable as this asshole is. Get the chicken out of this. 50%.
There's somebody here who's next to me who put a bag and gone. I don't know if they're coming back. They went that way back down, so I don't know.
He probably went to use the washroom at the print.
He said he was going to stand here, and when he realised, he tied it, and then he walked just away, put his bag back on his shoulder, and off he went.
Yeah, he probably went to poop. Oh, man, it's cold.
Evening.
It's coldish. I'm not riding no skates. Can you imagine riding a bicycle or skates? Going down on skates in this weather? It's cold.
Yeah, it's doesn't. The temperature's gone down compared to last week. It was a little bit on the mild side.
It was 0 like 2 days ago.
Yeah. I wonder if we're going to soon get snow because we're going into March next Wednesday.
I think it's going to get warm in March. We got snow in February last year or the year before last year. It was February when it snowed. March usually it's nice in March. Much nicer than February.
I don't think February's been too bad this year.
Oh, it's much better. Yeah,
It's been on the mild. A lot of it has.
yeah, much better this month than last year.
Yeah, we. Say I'm a bit like, oh.
You're number 3 in the front. That's good.
You bet you're going to that'd be double. I can see it.
They'll be, but not much.
You don't think so?
Not about 8 to 10 in front.
Oh, right.
You'll be alright. Yeah.
Sunny day today, earlier on. Yeah, it came down quite bright in the morning, yeah. So those Sundays were sort of very mild. Very, very mild. This time they going to be the first of the first month.
Yeah.
So we'll soon be, will we get early spring or late spring?
Yeah, well, yeah.
No, February hasn't been too bad all day. Part of February, has it? Not as really as cold. The temperature has gone down. I came up here yesterday and all the footballers were all round Fowler Square, all over the place.
Did they win the game?
I think somebody did, I think they did. But the police were running around here, like, all over the place. And all I came up and looked at people walked up, hadn't got two or three were very nice to me because I wanted the news to do it. And I got a bus and they were running all down from Charing Cross all over the place. And I thought, no, I'm going home because I didn't want to be But somebody said they would be, I see one or two while I was sitting in Charing Cross a little while because I got up here about 10 to 15 and they were going to walk to the station. But I didn't see any problems before I got A to B. Once I got my train from Victoria, I was all right. I didn't see them around there. So somebody said it was today, yesterday, and today. Maybe they were around from whatever was left from yesterday. Once the football starts, they're all out.
Once the football starts, that's when the drinking starts. The two go hand in hand. You need a good drink to watch a game.
I wonder how many people went out for the count afterwards.
Yeah.
And how many were taking the whole of it.
A lot of them were celebrating all. If they won, they were celebrating all night.
Yeah, because somebody said it was all this weekend that it was on, so I don't say so many because round Fowler Square isn't so full up now.
Right. Because they're going on. They got to get ready for tomorrow morning. They're going to work.
If they get up, yeah.
If they can sober up.
But I didn't see any bother, but I see the police flashing all over the place.
Yeah, well, they're making sure there's no bother. They're making you know that they're a deterrent. There's so many of them.
I tell you what, it was so full up, they were up on the statues, walking about all over the place, coming down from Charing Cross and shouting all the way for their team,
Yes.
and they'll drink all in there.
We need a work. I'll be back.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh yeah. How about
So anyway, yeah, I mean, I paid many more tickets after that. After this allegedly a $1,000 ticket. Paid many more tickets, went to court, went to jail for failure to appear before I left in 2017. Went to jail for failure to appear for something that happened in 2015. So, yeah, never heard about it again. Never heard about it again after 2007. And I paid many more tickets, went to jail, like I said, for other stuff, like failure to appear, for driving with a suspended license and all the rest of it. But like I said, if you're white and you live in America, that's that's your number one problem. If you live in there, is the police and their fucking tickets. That's what you have to concern yourself with if you're white and live in America. It's the fucking tickets. I paid many tickets, a lot. Probably over 30 tickets. Speeding, failure to stop at a stop sign, driving with a suspended license, expired tag, everything that you can think of. And it was always the dickhead, every time. Kevin Feige, Churchill. That's what you have to worry about. If you drive in America and you're white, that's what you have to concern yourself with. Being pulled over all the time. And you will be pulled over all the time. And you will know. You will definitely know it. But like I said, it's that's the one instance where a ticket simply disappeared. So $1,000 ticket for 94, 97, and 65. DeKalb County corruption something. Ticket disappeared. Never heard about it again. Got pulled over again after that many times. Went to court. Went to jail. Didn't hear about it again. So. Don't know. Like I said, any driving offenses are local to Georgia anyway. You can do whatever you want to do, as long as you don't kill anybody. If you don't kill anybody, or I guess if you don't, if you don't do something serious, it's a local Georgia offense. It's a state offense, meaning it doesn't count outside the state. Meaning there's no extradition to America because you did something in Georgia with a fucking car. Yeah, that's. You can do pretty much anything you can do in a car. Speeding, reckless driving, did reckless driving as well. You can run stop signs, whatever you do, you can have unpaid tickets. It's a local offense in Georgia. So it doesn't count outside of Georgia. You can do, I guess you can pretty much do anything so long as it's not serious, meaning you get into an accident and kill someone, right? So, yeah, I mean, like I said, never heard about it again after that. It was like $1,000, never heard about it again. Got pulled over again. went to court and all the rest of it, including jail. So that's that's what they were doing in the beginning, and it kind of died down by 2012. By 2012, it really died down. Didn't see any more cops. Saddam in 2012 got pulled over for running a stop sign. In 2009, I think it was 2012 when I sold the house. Right when I was selling the house, I got pulled over for running a stop sign, and that was it. Didn't see them again after 2012. Was doing everything I could, speeding, everything you could do in a car, reckless driving. I was doing all of that. Never got pulled over again after 2012. I don't remember. Yeah, and in the end, I got the Leaf anyway, which wasn't very fast. You could only go, I think, 90 miles an hour, 94, 92 miles an hour in the Leaf. So, it's definitely it lasted until 2012 with the police, and then they kind of disappeared. I don't know what happened. Never got bothered again after that. But yeah, that's what happened in there. Like I said, any driving offenses are local to Georgia, meaning that it's not a federal crime, so long as it's not something serious like killing someone in a car. It's usually a local crime in Georgia. It's not a federal crime, meaning there's no extradition. So something keeps coming up about that ticket in the cab. Yeah, which was 97 in a 65, 94 in a 65, I don't know what it was. 96 in a 65, something like that. Yeah, it was Kevin Feige every time. Kevin Feige, Churchill. Kevin Feige, Churchill. Kevin Feige, Churchill all the time, always. Anyway, let's go ahead and go. Let's see, I'm fucking tired. Yeah, we got some good food today, It's cold. I want to go to bed. Ah. Yeah.